All right, dear viewers, it's been a long time since we uploaded our last video, and right now we are going to start our talk show live at campus. And in the building, we have one of the best artists we have currently at campus here, and he goes by the name Moto PRS, and he's going to tell us more about himself. Uh, our guests will have the listeners out there, your viewers, so can you introduce yourself for them?
Uh, First, I'd like to start by saying thank you for having me on the show. It's a pleasure for me. So basically, my name is Moto. I'm a student at VU and also the music. I'm also a bit of a producer, instrumentalist, swan. At this stage, I'm a man with many traits. Many things that I love or don't know. Mostly, I can say I'm more of like a recording artist. Less like my interest. I like recording songs and just expressing how I feel, in my songs.
All right, that's good. And talking of music, and what inspired you to start doing music, and what make me feel like music is what I have to do for my own self, and to make me maybe uh, feel proud of myself. And some people are doing music just for their leisure time. Maybe they want to take off their stress. Instead of doing other things, they choose music. And what about you? What made you to start doing music?
The reason why like I chose music, I see music is more of like how can I say, it's more something that you can use to send a message. Like the music is not just I know most people the way they view music is just they want to make music, they want a hit, they want to get famous and so on. But where I see music it's not like that. Music is just more than just entertainment. Like music can really send a message. Like can make a song right now. We can make a song right now just about then out of nowhere someone might be about to suicide, but he can listen to that song and he can just stop what he's doing. That's just how powerful like music is. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like send like a good message with my music, to people, like help motivate people, help people like knowledge. You can just be like an ordinary person and just make music. Because people's main thought is like whenever they say music, they be like music, is only a talent, not something that someone can do. Like that's what people's main perspective. But I want to make it in a way that if even a normal person can make music, if you just put your mind to it, you put the effort, you can actually go very, very far. The music.
All right, that's good. And when did you start making music? And earlier on, you talked of playing some instrumental. Can you tell us how did you start learning those kind of instruments, and which kind of instrument is that?
Okay, so basically, my journey with music is kind of complicated. So basically, what happened was like when I was uh, when I was like young, like primary and high school, there would be like lessons, of like they give us, for example, music lessons, flute, and like piano. That's where like I kind of picked up like the fundamentals. They would sometimes give us music lessons and so on. So I picked up some from there, but it wasn't really like main focus. It was mostly like something I would just do for fun here and there. But then slowly, actually, it was a friend of mine who actually convinced me. Because my thing was actually, I used to mostly do more of like poetry. I never used to like write songs. Then there's a friend of mine who's called Bibi. I think you know him. And basically, he convinced me, like, instead of like just writing poems, and since you already have that knowledge of the music, why not, start making your own songs? So I was like, why not? Then that's when I started like releasing my songs, but I wasn't like really consistent. I started becoming like very, very consistent. Maybe like 2021, that's when I was like started like releasing seriously, going to the studio, like started taking the craft seriously, started practicing some piano. And then even like last year, I picked up the guitar because I was like, I need to pick up the skills. That's the way I see music is more of like a skill. You have to keep improving that skill that you have. You can't be complacent and just want to stay in one place.
That's a good. Have you ever performed anywhere, or did you deliver their points?
Actually, yeah, there are a couple of times I actually perform. I would say perform many times. One of the funny thing with performing, like, it hasn't always been the best. It wasn't always the best experience. But what I like about performing, every time you perform, like you learn something, and it pushes you like it pushes your confidence. Because as an artist, you should also be confident. Like, you should have like confidence in the stage. Because like when someone sees you as an artist, that your fan sees you as their leader. That
Yeah.
sees you as your leader. So now, if you're not confident, you're not up in stage. You know who's pushing them. You know who's giving them motivation. So you really have to be there. The stage. Actually, there's I just performed like last year. Then if you remember doing the freshers school, that was like one of my first performances like in Compass, but I performed elsewhere. In Nintendo side, we were performing a few times.
Okay, that's good. Have you ever performed in a group? Talking about performance, have you ever performed in a group or only you do solo performance?
I've performed not exactly a group, but I can say like I perform like for example, of course, like the songs I have with other guys. Like if I have a song with some other person, I'm not going to come and perform it alone because it wouldn't make sense. I'm not going to deliver the same way his vocals or that person's his style. So sometimes like if I have a song, I'm like, okay, no problem. Let me let that person come in and perform it without sound.
All right, that's good. Can see you are getting towards your career in a good way. There's no any other obstacle, and
Thank you.
yes, you're welcome. We wanted to know like how do you manage your practice timeline and your routine? Can you tell us the way you practice so you prepare yourself towards your performance?
So what I usually do is like to prepare myself for like the performance. It's like I usually what I do is like this. I try to like get in my mind like what I have to do it. There is no any other way. I can't really dodge it. And the hardest thing I don't know like for an artist is like to perform because when you're performing, it's not like when you're recording in the studio. When you're performing, like everyone sees it. You have hundreds of people, like the eyes, like the judgments on you. So, but what I really try to do is just like push myself mentally. I have that mentality, feel like I have to do it. I cannot be like, I cannot fear, I cannot do any of that. I have to go for it.
Yeah, that's good. Talking about performance, do you hate any parts of performance?
I wouldn't say I hate any part of performance, but one thing I can say that kind of demotivates like when I'm performing is like when you're performing to the wrong crowd. I don't know if you can relate to that. Like for example, like if you're making for me I must make like R&B and trap inspired music. If I would take for example to come to like a dancehall setting, like no matter how good the song is, that audience will not connect to that music. That's that's what I like about performing. You might end up performing giving 100%, but that audience cannot, relate that type of music that you're putting out sometimes when you're like in the wrong audience. That's the only problem.
Okay. This mostly happen to most upcoming artists and not only upcoming artists but also the entertainers, those who start their genre of entertainment, they have this kind of regardless to bring the energy for themselves and to connect with the fans together, you know. And this something that the big challenge that the entertainers are facing and they're trying to get rid of it. And then you talk of when you're performing, maybe you're performing the song and the fans, maybe they're not like the kind of song, although the song is good. What kind of music are you doing? Is it the hip hop, the R&B, or the dancehall?
For me, it's like my music is very experimental. I mix like out of everything. I've tried to double into like I've tried to make like rock inspired, all types of genres. But like my main focus is mostly like hip hop inspired music and like R&B. That's just like my favorite genres. That's what I grew up listening to the most. This is the people that I see that I look up to. I look up maybe to the R&B singers, to the rappers, people like Drake, the weekend. These are the people I look out to.
Okay, that's dope. So about their education, you're currently taking music lesson classes or anything different from music?
Like apart from music, of course, I'm a law student here. Apart from like the music part, I'm also like a student. I'm a scholar. That's also something I take also seriously. I don't take it lightly. I try to give 100% or so like school because I feel like it's good to have like a dream and have something to be chasing, but it's also good to be in that position where you have that knowledge to protect yourself, not just like being like have the talent, whatever, but sometimes there are many times I think you've heard of it, how like sometimes artists get scammed in their contracts or what. But if you have that knowledge or if you're educated, at least you know you avoid those risks.
Yeah,
Especially people like scamming you, putting you in bad contracts and so on. Especially like what I'm doing like more gives me that advantage where I can have like basic understanding of any contract or any business or anything that I'm getting to have the legal, analysis to protect myself at least. That's what I appreciate about my course.
that's good. And how do you balance your music and your education? But since you are doing law, the kind of profession that requires a lot of focus. So you have to focus strictly for you to get the best grade, or for you to become the best person in the profession of law.
The way I see it is like this, like there's nothing really possible if you put your mind to it. Like the only times it's possible when you make it out to be like sometimes you're the one who's making things difficult for yourself. Of course, there are times when like the reading takes most of my time and stuff. But what I personally try to do is like pre-record like songs. Sometimes when I'm free, I pre-record songs and I just keep them. And mostly like during the school time, like mostly practice during like weekends, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then most of the time, also I'm just really.
Okay. Dear viewers, still independent, we have one and only our best artist within the campus, and we're still going to learn more about himself and his journey through his music career and his education background. Uh, Moto, uh, can you tell our viewers your aspiration and goals for the future, including your music, future, and your education?
Like so basically my goal is like after all of this is like so actually reach a point where I can just show people that someone can you don't have to sign to a record label or anything like that to actually make it in the music industry. I want to be like independent. There are few artists who have been advocating for that. Like Russ, I don't know if you know about Russ, has been advocating.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
He's been advocating about being independent because I feel like sometimes when you're signed to record labels, you find yourself being restricted to do this, that, and it just stops you from sometimes doing like what you want, putting out the music you want, putting out the style you want. So I want to push for like independence. A second thing is like the way I see it is like I see music is like it's a business. It's just I know it's a passion and everything stuff like a passion for it, but people also forget like it's a business, but then you have to sell a brand, you have to sell an image so people can like buy into what you're doing or your plans. So my main focus is also like the business side. I'm not just trying to like just become a musician. I want to diversify, becoming also like an entrepreneur and making some decent living for myself, having that good income for myself. Yeah.
That's good. That's a good plan and goals. And now we are going to know about your personal reflection. How has being a music journey influenced your personal life and academic life? Do you get any impact from your music career?
Well, the way I see music is that it has been like up and down. Like it hasn't been like stable. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you feel like you have achieved a lot. Sometimes you feel like you haven't achieved anything. But